Om Shanti. I am a being of peace. Today's letter of love from the beautiful Supreme Being is another letter of study. It's another reminder for this real I, this being of peace, to be awake in this university, in this school. The main teacher is an incorporeal being, is a being that always know who he is a being that knows the truth and that is himself the truth. The main teacher is an incorporeal being, and therefore his wisdom and his teachings are themselves incorporeal. The intellect gets divinized when the teachings, the incorporeal teachings of this supreme incorporeal being are imbibed. The intellect in this part of the film has become a gross intellect, an intellect made of stone, and with the teachings from this incorporeal being, the intellect gradually changes. For the changes to happen, it's necessary to practice like a muscle in a physical form. The more it is used, the more its strength, the bigger it becomes. So like a physical gym, the intellect needs this divine knowledge to change and to be able to grasp the incorporeal teachings. The Supreme Teacher is the highest intelligent being. Therefore, sometimes the Beautiful One speaks to the ego in the real I, and behind the message is majority of the times a subtle message for the real I to be able to grasp it. This knowledge is given by the highest intelligent being with altruistic mission to be able to awake these beings that have fallen asleep inside these physical masks, including me. And the biggest challenge and the biggest obstacle to be able to be this knowledge and to imbibe these incorporeal teachings, the biggest obstacle is the lowest consciousness and the five enemies. This lowest consciousness as the main weapon of the film that the lowest consciousness perceives as real. So the role that the real I, the actor, is performing behind this physical mask, that role, that is only a role in a film, in an episode, this lowest consciousness makes the most important thing and gives it life. The role is lifeless. It's actually one of the many parts that the real I, the eternal actor, is going to perform. But this lowest consciousness on the past 2,500 years have been in charge of the real I, because the real I has fallen asleep. The actor that came from the incorporeal dimension, the same address as the incorporeal teacher, but this actor has now fallen asleep, and these demons and this lowest consciousness are now the master of matter, the master of the mind, where is the main point of the battle. It is the battlefield. And so these teachings from the incorporeal teacher are bringing light into this darkness that has made the incorporeal actor fall asleep, that has made this bodiless actor to become a body and to become a character. And so every morning the beautiful Supreme Teacher brings light. It brings the knowledge of the cycle. It brings the knowledge of who am I. These beings that have fallen asleep, originally they are beautiful beings. They are beautiful. They are full of beauty, a divine beauty with no trace of ugliness, with no trace of the vices, the five enemies. And in this part of the film, two parts are happening in simultaneously. The age of darkness and the age of transformation. This age of transformation is called and given the name by the Supreme Teacher of the Confluence Age. And in this age, transformation can happen from ugly to beautiful, from dirty to clean, from vicious to viceless. And today the beautiful incorporeal teacher brings the subject of purity. And what is this purity? Purity is the beauty, the divine beauty of these incorporeal beings. These incorporeal beings have accumulated tendencies throughout the film. And on the last part of the film, the last 2,500 years, these tendencies are devilish tendencies. They are traces of personality, persona, mask. So they are masks that have been glued to the real I, but in such a way that they are almost permanent masks. A normal mask, I place it and I can remove it after 10 minutes. These traces of personality, these masks are almost residents of the real I. And so there is only one way to transform this, or to remove, actually to burn these masks, to purify. And so the supreme beautiful soul is actually the purifier, the pure fire, divine fire. And in this confluence age is the only age that is possible to be inside the physical form and to be purified, to transform the old tendencies into new tendencies. The pure fire is the supreme beautiful soul, and it is the knowledge that he shares with us every morning. He brings the methods for the real ones to achieve their perfect form. And that is the mission whilst awake and whilst in the confluence age, the age of transformation. My mission and my duty is to be able to be awake, to be able to be in connection and with relationship with the truth. And by being in connection with the truth, transformation happens. The old tendencies, the old traces are still ingrained in the real I. But every time a reaction, an old tendency comes, to be able to observe that it's still there and to check and change. The process of purification happens in simultaneously. The old is destroyed and the new is created. And that is the duty of these beings, to be able to be once again pure, to be able to be once again beautiful, full of divine beauty. Thank you.